Welcome to Krendar's Adventures, everybody, and I am so excited to play this game. I've been a huge fan of the Dishonored series so far. This one just came out now. I'm really curious to see what else is going to happen here. It looks like they are making an assumption as to events that happened during Dishonored 2, based on the fact that Billie Lurk here has the cyber hand and the cyber eye. If you have not played or seen Dishonored 2 yet, I suggest doing that before you watch this. I have a playthrough of Dishonored 2 you can watch, and in my playthrough, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it before I say this. You've been warned. But in my playthrough, we went back in time and changed events so that Billie Lurk did not lose her eye and did not lose her hand. So they're both intact, which would mean having these cybernetics would really make a lot of sense. Unless she did it just for the power of it, but I don't see why she'd do the hand. I don't know. I don't know if the cybernetic hand gives her abilities or what. But it seems like they're assuming that we did not change events in the past during the time traveling bit. But let's jump in and see. I've been avoiding any information. I'm jumping in blind, so to speak. Let's get to this. Hopefully they gave us non-lethal options again like they usually do. Now I've heard this is shorter, but this is technically an expansion even if it's standalone. It's an expansion alone. So it was cheaper than a full game, and I heard that it's shorter.
My name is Billie Lurk, though there aren't many people who remember. For years, I stayed hidden, captain of a ship called the Dreadful Whale. I was a smuggler, fence, and maybe traitor, depending on who you ask. Our names are always overshadowed by the words whispered after them. If you hide from the world long enough, eventually nobody remembers you. Then you're alone, living with your choices. But I could never forget the man who pulled me up from nothing. Daud, the Knife of Dunwall. A name called out by the desperate or the dying. The assassin who ended one empress and saved another. Shame burns inside you for a long time. When I betrayed Daud, he let me live. I left Dunwall and my own name behind. For years, I wondered if I was worth forgiving. For years, I laughed at myself for even wanting a killer's forgiveness. Sometimes mercy cuts deeper than any knife. Now I know that forgiving is something you do for yourself as much as for the people who hurt you. I know Daud is in Karnaca, and I'm going to find him.
Actually, that's on the...
Every night for weeks. The same terrifying dream. A street fight. My arm dead and lying in the gutter. My eye gouged out by a Grand Guard sword. But when I wake up, they still hurt for hours.
Oh, interesting.
Gives me the creeps. This always brought me a little comfort. You stole this for me, didn't you, Deirdre? Now it's all I have left of you. Another relic from the old days. Still holds an edge, at least. That boxing club in the Albarca Baths is my last lead. Daud has to be there.
Okay, I have comments and questions already. First of all, I was going to say that expansions and sequels assuming certain past events seems to be a thing that just happens in this series as well, because, as she mentioned, she betrayed Daud at one point in the past, and he let her live. Now that's actually something that happens in gameplay in the DLC for Dishonored 1, where you're playing as Daud, and you make the decision to spare her or kill her. But then obviously she's a major figure in Dishonored 2 and this one, so obviously the timeline has assumed that Daud let her live. But we just saw the little bit about how she's dreaming about having lost her eye and her hand in a street fight. which implies that they're going with the we did go back in time and stop that from happening. So she never got in that street fight and never lost her eye in her hand. But obviously, she still remembers it having happened in dream form, which is interesting. And also, what the hell is this heart she's got? Who did Deirdre steal it from? Like, it can't be the same heart that that Corvo had, because that disintegrated at the end of Dishonored 2. So whose heart is this one? What's going on here? It's not an item I can use here. Ooh, voltaic shot. Standard ammunition for the voltaic gun. Oh, is that like interesting. She doesn't have a wrist crossbow, she's got like a wrist railgun. How did she get a wrist railgun? I want that to be number 1. This could be, I don't know, 9, because I'm probably never going to use it. I'll put it away. Okay, how's my mouse sensitivity? Not bad. Tiny bit low, which is unusual. Games usually have these things too high. Controls, keyboard, by 20. By 20. Yeah, that feels about right. Okay. Okay, so again, as in the other games, I'm gonna read these books too. I'm gonna open these books so that people can read them. Pause the game and read this if you like. I'm not gonna read it out because they tend to be kind of long, and I'm going to destroy my throat very quickly if I do that. For those of you who don't know, I actually have dry throat problems, so I am prone to getting a sore throat if I talk too much, which is why I don't live stream. Press J and go to contracts. Okay. White Hound. Let's see. These are short, I can read these. An eyeless hag stole my poor Milky. He's white as whalebone, but riddled with disease. Breaks my old heart to ask this of you, but if you find my Milky, please put him out of his misery and burn his remains. Save him from those cursed eyeless. Those cursed eyeless. And save Karnaca from another plague. What the hell is the eyeless? I'm gonna find out. Real espionage. Those thugs at the Albarca make potions and bone charms upstairs. Their liquor is vile. Sells for good coin, and we're losing punters to them by the day. Bring us the rat liquor recipe before our brewery goes out of business. Make sure to destroy their stock while you're at it. Okay. Bone charms.
Burglary, spying, picking pockets. Daud taught me more than just killing. It can keep me afloat. For now.
Now we came across at least one message between her and Deirdre in Dishonored 2, so there's some sort of relationship happening there. Also, I've returned to Tivia. Okay.
Good to see the old man made it up north. I was lucky to know him. I wonder what poor soul is dealing with him now.
I wonder if this is, again, making assumptions about what we did before, or if it's actually reading any of my save file data. Although, I suspect that it's not, because I've got multiple playthroughs. I've actually played through Dishonored 2 3 times now. And it didn't ask me which save file to load from. I suspect that it's making assumptions.
So, Her Imperial Highness is back on the throne. If she knew what I was doing now, she'd probably try me for treason.
Well, considering she's got the mark of the outsider, yeah, maybe.
Is this what you would have looked like, my sweet Deirdre? I would have died soon after you, if it hadn't been for Daud.
My sweet Deirdre, so that's what the relationship is like. I am not a musician, apparently. Okay. It's been 10 minutes, let's go ahead and leave our bedroom, shall we? Now, one thing I have heard about this game is that it reuses the same maps from Dishonored 2, but of course the layouts and everything, all the details, going to be extremely different. Hey, she's hanging out with the mining guy, I forget his name. He's good people, though. So yeah, they're going to be using the same maps, but of course the layouts and the missions and everything will be totally different. So really they're just recycling some assets, and that's pretty much it. Oh, the Knife of Dunwall. And then letter to the Empress. Abandoned letter turned into a to-do list. Oh, that's... This is already different. Actually, starting to suspect we might be in the void right now. You know what? Let's make a save file. I keep pressing quick save, but I want to have a solid save file to exist. Okay. Oh. Oh, this. I'm gonna actually look these over myself. I'm not gonna read them out loud, but I'm gonna read it personally because I want to know what's going on with her dreams and stuff. Interesting that she dies in some of the dreams. It's almost like there's multiple timelines going through her head. Oh, interesting. So her eye just goes blind sometimes. It's not even just dreams, it's affecting her waking reality. And this time it was a dream about her losing her arm to the Grand Guard instead of in a straight fight.
I've been searching for months. I know you're here, Daud.
Interesting.
Somewhere. Everyone in Dunwall was afraid of him then, but not me. That club is run by a gang that call themselves the Eyeless. They claim to fight using black magic. If that's true, then Daud might be involved.
It seems weird that there'd be a gang called the Eyeless while she's having dreams about losing her eye.
Karnaca is full of secrets. If I have any clues about where Daud is, it's because he let me find them.
Oh, and for anybody wondering who Megan is, it's referring to Megan Foster, who, again, as I said earlier, you should really experience Dishonored 2 before watching this. But Megan Foster is an alias that Billie Lurk used to go by. See? I wonder who T is. Thomas, maybe? Used to be one of Daud's gang.
Daud's had the mark of the outsider in his hand for as long as I've known him. I've gone through every gang-infested slum asking after this, and no one would tell me a thing.
Of course he's had it for as long as you've known him. I don't think it goes away. All that really means is he had it before you met him. Anyway, let's go a little bit back here. Oh, no, we're not in the void. Okay, so the layout of my ship is a little different now. But I guess I could have just done that.
This station hasn't been used for years.
Actually.
Hiding the dreadful whale wasn't easy.
Oh, okay.
But it's safe so far.
Just about to say maybe this isn't the dreadful whale, but apparently it is. So that means that she's just made changes to it, I guess. I don't know how long it's been since the end of Dishonored 2 and the beginning of this. I also don't know if there's any reason for me to be up here, but I'm just exploring. Okay, looks like I'm gonna be able to get in there. Okay. Check, missions. All we know is that we're supposed to get to this carriage over here. Oh, there's a way to lower ourselves down safely here, okay. Just jump down safely. I could probably go for a swim. There might even be something in there, but I don't feel like just swimming around blindly. I don't know if there's any bone charms down there. I assume we're gonna receive some method of detecting them like we had before. Or like the other characters had before. We've never played as Billie before. Oh, rat whisper. Space to hear the thoughts of rats. These little creatures whisper to one another, exchanging information about what is going on in the streets and basements from their point of view. Their mutterings are often cryptic, but sometimes they can give useful clues. That's pretty cool. Okay, so I don't have to use the thing as an object.
My little gutter friends.
Guys?
The fan listens. The fan hears us. One of us. But an ugly and big, still friend.
Wait, are you talking about somebody else, or are you talking about me?
She fed us many times, tossed us grains and crumbs. Loud voices came, metal flashed, more blood and floods on the floor. Our first feast, we lap her up.
Interesting. Also, kudos to the actress doing this voice.
Soldiers and breeze, shooting burns us, fire from inside, scent of heat and death, dangerous food. Follow scent, climb ropes, up, hide inside dark old belly, wood rocks, water flows, salt taste on fur, mountains grass.
Interesting.
In the water, and a fish bite as we swim. Careful. Watch your fins, watch for black biting mouths.
Also, just got an achievement called Rat Whisperer, of course.
Small places where water comes, flee long places. Drip fills up street, makes us cling up to new danger. Garbage. skirt, ain't it?
I like the writing on these rats.
Smell that?
No. I think I've exhausted.
Garbage,
Yeah.
garbage.
I've exhausted what I can get from them. That was cool, though. I like that. Wait a second, I've got some sort of, unless I've got some sort of metallic gauntlet on or something, I guess. Thought it was supposed to be a cybernetic replacement, but we know that she hasn't actually lost her arm. It's not yet.
All right. The old Albarca baths shouldn't be far.
Okay. Before we get there. I guess that's how I'm supposed to get through anyways, though. Okay, I don't know if I need to hide from anything, so I'm just gonna... Hey! Hey! You guys have anything new to say?
Reeks, drink, dark blood, screeching. Hunts us. His knife is fast.
So that is...
Small fear, sour fear. They carry scratched bones, hardwood, blood, and soft feather. No use. Death still finds them.
Interesting. Bone charms.
Hit us. Tried to burn us out. Swirled, crawled up legs, bited at soft flesh, bited eye and hand and heart. Threw fire at us to keep us away, but burning herself. All light. Tough flesh. Tough burning flesh. Fleece more cunt. Flee low places. Drip, drip, drip. Fills up street. Makes us cling up to new danger. Blood tasted sharp, tasted bitter. Sent empty bottle rolling the street. Numbness and blindness. Poisoned food. Little one in the mud. Wails for the one who left it. It smells of fat milk. Smells of lung and fear. Not right, but soon. Right down to the bone, gnaw and mash. Eat it all up, yes. Eat it all up.
Again, kudos to this actress.
Which is Jesus. Clever fingers grasp, cool, clasp. White books with their skins. Licking blood from dead man's fingers. Taste of terror, of cheers, of treason. She cut it off for us to hide in her bellies. Long teeth, long claws, sniff us out and swallow us alive. Shiny bottles, rows and rows, glass graves for us. Drowned eyes stare down, sorry, sister, child. Lost ones, loved ones, linger with us, still on my thirsts.
Interesting.
Stick us with one hits and burn our flesh. Teeth crunching bones eat us whole. He brought us food, delicious food, soft, good flesh, blood like trust, blood like betrayal. She never knew. Bodies hidden in dirt, unmarked white stone, rotting alone. Bodies unearthed, flesh and clean sunshine, left for us. sweet taste of decay. Traps and locusts, multi climbing down our tails and toes, leave us to starve, break our bones. Slick shining oil from his seasonal.
There's a lot of dialogue here.
Tastes like emptiness. Tastes like alone. All unspoiled days. Sick madness in our lungs, death in our minds. Armies of us in the streets and sewers, all feared us. Bite, 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 bite.
Dishonored 1, Rat Plague.
Breathing in vain. Scent of blood from us. Dripping jaws close. Closer. Scared. Scattered. Bited soft flesh left in streets. Bited eyes and tongues. Delicious food. Leave them in gutters for us to eat.
That was fun. So. Okay, so I guess they want me to sneak now. It looks like the one that has tooltips is referencing a button I don't have bound. And there's a lean left button, there's a lean right button, and then there's just a hold and push any direction to lean that direction button. And I don't have that one bound because I don't need it. That's why we're getting the question mark. Who we're hiding from? Krendar here, maybe?
Settle down, stomach. Dinner will be in you shortly.
As shortly as you think. Wanted Billie Lurk. Why are the wanted posters up for me? I used to be involved with Daud, I guess. There's other stuff I've done since then, I suppose. Okay. Oh, that's fine. You'll never catch me. Oh. Voluntary recall on Addermeyer solution. Potential adverse side effects. Interesting. What's happening with that? Because that was an item we actually used. Although I didn't see a button in the menus for drinking Addermeyer solution. Well, I guess we're not going to have it in this game. I know we're going to get powers of some sort, but maybe they're going to be cooldown based? Don't know. Combat. Not going to happen. This is going to be a stealth non-lethal playthrough. I don't know if I'm going to do actually pull off a ghost achievement or not, but probably not. But I do not plan to kill anybody. I do not need to combat. If I get caught, I will do something to knock them out, or I will run away. Hide and get them later. I didn't hear what they were saying, so... Wherever legal activity, waiting for reinforcements. Well, we better do something about them, shouldn't we? Alright.
This sure reeks.
Hopefully that guy will not turn around too soon. Yes, I hear throwing shit. Alright, pal. Eat ground. Loot. Oh. Oh, that's just a note telling us what we already know. Hey buddy, where are you going? Looking for a good spot to have a nap? Yeah. I get tired on the job sometimes too. Looks like this rail system hasn't been used in a while. Take these even though I'm not really gonna use it. Okay. Alright, I'm going to leave it there for now. Thanks for watching everybody, and we will continue sneaking into town next time.